Hello boys and girls, how are you doing today? I hope all is well in your world on the other side of this camera. I want to first thank everyone for coming out and watching the launch of Funky J Cafe last week with Tarek Swift. He did a wonderful job helping me bring us to the world. We had great laughs, we had great conversations, and we had excellent tea. So I want to give a shout out to him and I want to thank you for that. Next up today, I have a wonderful and a beautiful young lady. She's a model, she's an actress, she dibs and dabs in martial arts, and her name is Agnes Maya. I'm going to let her teach me to say her last name because I don't want to mess it up just yet. In the corner today, we're going to discuss something that's going on in the news and is very prevalent of today. Freddie Gray was killed in Baltimore about a week ago, and he was in the custody of the police. There has since been his death, riots, protests, peaceful protests, as well as demonstrations of hate, hostility, pain, suffering, sadness, and everything else that comes along with that. I believe the death of Freddie is something that needs to be researched. We need to start paying attention and seeing things that the media is not telling us, because the media reports to the television, which is a program, which programs us to believe what they want us to know. The community that was rioting, 95% of the individuals that live there were in poverty. That's a problem. Why are you destroying things that individuals already need? Why not get a bus, get on that bus, and go to the suburbs and tear up some real stuff, and then get back on the bus and take y'all black butts home and sit back in y'all's house and watch yourselves on TV? Why destroy your own neighborhoods and your own homes? I've been hearing this being said for a long time, and it's a tragedy. It's horrible, and it doesn't need to happen. The real key into breaking a chain is not trying to pull the chain, because the only thing you do when you try to break the chain in that way is you make it stronger, because it understands your weaknesses and understands your strengths. We need to educate ourselves. We need to learn, we need to grow, and we need to revolutionize quickly, because we're dying and we're killing ourselves off every single day. What happened to Freddie and what happened to every other black man in the past 6 to 7 weeks who has got killed in the custody of a police officer is horrible, and it's terrifying and even more troubling for their family. And from an individual that's watching this on TV, it makes me scared for my young black men who are out here, who are trying to make it and survive. And it even horrifies me for the mothers of these young black men. But we need to come together as a unity, as a community, excuse me, as a nationality, and find ourselves and understand where we are and where we need to be, and who we are and where we need to be within ourselves. We need to learn, and the best way to learn is to learn ourselves. Now, the police, I can't do anything about that, and you can't do anything about that, but the laws can. There's a lot of things that's going on in the laws that we know nothing about. A police officer can walk up on a black man right now and his first instinct is to run. And when he runs, he gets shot and he gets killed. And then we riot. If the black man knew his rights and understood who he is and where he can be and what he's doing is not illegal, you can't touch him. You can't mess with him. Because education is power. So we need to give it back to our community. We need to work with one another. And we need to actually love one another. We need to stop hating on each other. We need to stop trying to bring each other down. And we need to stop talking about each other. And we need to stop robbing, killing, raping, and abusing each other. When we get that under control, then baby, we are back in power. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Corner. And now I will have the Miss Beautiful, Wonderful Agnes come out, and she's going to talk about being a model, being independent, being in a relationship, the support of her parents, and just striving for her own dreams and her aspirations for herself, not for anyone else. So stay tuned. We have a wonderful guest. Her name is Miss Agnes Maya. Sorry. It took me like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times to get that, so I'm really proud of myself for that. So How you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming out to the Funky Cafe and showing us some love. So tell my audience, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a model and actress here in Atlanta, and yeah.
Okay. I see you do martial arts as well.
I do. I've been doing martial arts since I was in high school,
Ooh.
and it was something that my parents put me in just to kind of have an activity to do when I was in school, and I just fell in love with it. It's something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm grateful to be able to incorporate into some of the films that I'm doing. So.
Oh, that's good. So do you think you could beat somebody up?
I mean, we were taught that, we're supposed to just use it for protecting ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely if somebody wanted to fight me, I'm a fighter, so I'm not gonna just give myself up easily. So.
And she's so little and petite, but you know what they say about little packages. So.
Yeah, a lot comes in a little package.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay, so you went to school for architecture as well, right?
Yes, I did. I graduated actually last year from architecture, and that's something that that I just did because I was just very creative and I love to draw. So
that's good. That's good. Do you see yourself bringing that into your career now?
I mean, I think that having the skill set of just what I've learned from college, and I think architecture is something that is very useful in everyday life. So if I can incorporate it into like modeling or acting,
you would try.
Maybe I can be a female Ted Mosby, Who knows?
You've been modeling for how long now?
I've been modeling for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And acting for?
2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's cool. Mm-hmm. So your parents, how are they with your whole career goals?
Yeah, they're like 90% not for it. Yeah. Yeah.
That happens. Aww. Are you the only child?
No, I'm actually the middle child. I have an older sister and a younger sister. It's interesting to grow up with an older sister and a younger sister as well. But I think having an older sister, it made me grow up faster. Okay. Just seeing her life just in front of my eyes, and I love being an older sister. I love being able to have someone that can ask me for advice and inspire them to do whatever they're doing. So, but it's definitely interesting. I don't know if I would, change that. I don't know how it would be if I was the only child, or if I had 10 siblings. But I think I came out okay.
Oh, that's good. How big of a gap is it between you and your sisters?
Both of my sisters is 6 years apart from me.
Oh, okay. So you're perfectly in the middle. You're the perfect mix.
I'm the middle. Yeah. It's interesting because our age difference was such a huge thing when we were younger. Mm-hmm. But now I think that I don't know, when you grow older, it doesn't seem like that's such a big gap now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Wow. And tell them how young you are to be so wise.
I'm 25 years old.
25?
Yeah, I look much younger than I am. I usually play parts of high schoolers. Yeah.
Well, tell them, where can they see you? What movies have you been in? What films have you done?
Well, currently in theaters, you can see me in The Duff and Project Almanac, and then I'm also working on this film that's called Skate God that I'll be filming soon in Louisiana, and this film called Blood Eye Ninja. And then I've auditioned for multiple roles that's, pretty big. I just did an audition yesterday, and the director really liked me. So I'm hoping, it's gonna be like a TV series. So I'm just, I'm excited. So like whatever that, whatever brings to me, I'm looking forward to.
With this career, do you have to travel a lot?
Yes, you do. I do travel a lot. I love it. I mean, since January, I went to Los Angeles. I went to Vegas. I've just recently went to Arizona. I'm, back here in Atlanta, and then I'm gonna be going to Louisiana soon to film. So yeah, it's exciting.
But Atlanta's home?
Atlanta is where my family stays.
Okay.
So, and this is, there's so much going on in Atlanta here.
Yes, it is.
So,
it is.
But I don't know where home is.
Wherever your heart is.
Wherever your heart is. But yeah, I mean, I love traveling, and I think that, I love adapting to my environment. So wherever I'm traveling to, I feel like with the right people, I feel like I'm at home.
Moving so much. Are you in a relationship currently? Are you a bachelorette?
I'm seeing somebody right
now.
Oh, and,
she's taken. Sorry.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think that, I try to just, find somebody who can, I guess, it's good to find someone who can be open to understanding what you're doing. I mean, it's kind of different. It's not a 9 to 5. It would be hard for me to date somebody who's expecting to know where I'm going to be, doing, every single day, every single moment of my time, because I don't really know, so it's definitely an interesting.
Cool. Is he in the industry?
No, he's not in the industry.
Oh,
he is. Yeah, it's. Yeah.
He's living his life.
He's living his life.
Right.
Yeah, he's actually in California right now. Okay. So,
do you travel a lot to see him? How's that?
No, he lives in Georgia. We both kind of travel a lot, so I think that kind of helps because he can understand my life and he can appreciate what I'm doing, and it's really, really great, and I can appreciate what he's doing even though it's not the same. Of course.
Yeah, and I guess it's true that you kind of need somebody on at least halfway of the level that you're on, so you won't have that pressure of making them, like you said, figure out where you are at all times. They'll understand it more. Exactly.
Like they'll be open to be okay if I had to say, hey, I have to leave next week, to do this gig. Right. And they'll be
How do you think men perceive you, like, on scene kissing another man? How is that? How do you, like...
I don't really... The funny thing is, every single time I had to do a kissing scene, I didn't have a boyfriend.
No?
So
Okay.
My very first role to be in, to do acting was actually a kissing scene. They asked me, are you comfortable kissing the main actor? And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm fine with it, I don't have a boyfriend, and he's kind of hot. Like, he's cute. We're friends now, so I can say whatever. Yeah, he's probably gonna watch. But yeah, I mean, I was single. I was like, it was fine. I never really had a boyfriend at the time when I did have to have a kissing scene.
What do you think now? Do you think you would be more cautious because since the first couple of times you were single, so you're more free, but now you have someone that you're thinking of?
It's interesting. I think it really varies with the person that you're with. Like I don't really know how they're gonna react to that. I mean, it is kind of like scary. Like you might say, hey, this is what I'm doing, but I think it's an understanding. And I think for the most part, the men that are pursuing me, they understand my life, and they understand that whatever I perceive myself on camera is not who I am. It's a character. So it's work, it's a job, and it's not anything. And
Okay. To get in character, do you have to like meditate and go in a box and come out and be that person, or is it
To get in character, it takes me a lot of practice.
Okay.
I have to do a lot of, rehearsal by myself, and I like to rehearse with other people, whether it's just, friends or family or just around me that can critique me on, how I can be better, or, acting coaches and stuff like that, other actors.
Okay.
So preparation, and then trying different things, like trying to say, in a different way, and then experiment and like how you can be the best that you can for that character.
Do you have any limits that you will go?
Any limits?
Yeah, like
everyone has limits.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I hope you do.
Yeah. No limits. No, just kidding. No. Yeah, of course I have limits.
Okay.
I think that growing up, just being, I don't know. I think growing up with my parents teaching me how to value myself,
support team.
and me myself valuing my body, and as a woman, like, I don't feel comfortable, being nude. I don't feel comfortable doing, like,
certain things.
Yeah. But if it was with like Ryan Gosling or something, then
keep it funky.
For, like, The Notebook, like, I'm
Catch you in the
okay
air
with
the
that.
rain. Can you let some of my viewers know who are trying to pursue a modeling or acting career the best path for them to take, or what you have done with yourself, because you're very confident, you're very humble to be in the industry. What path did you take? What is the best way for them to go about it?
I think that the best advice that I can give people is do it because you want to do it, because you're passionate about it. This is what you love to do. Don't do it because this is what someone else's dream or what you think it is. There's so many people who's in the industry that complain about what they're doing, and if you're complaining, then why are you doing it? You have to accept the good with the bad, and so I would advise just do your research, work hard, practice, a lot of practice. Don't be afraid to fail. I've done a lot of horrible photo shoots before I did wonderful photo shoots, and I've also done a lot of bad audition tapes, and now I probably still do some good and some bad, but it's just experimenting. There's always going to be challenges that comes along, and you just have to not be afraid of those challenges, and just be yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, and and who you are, and not try to be somebody that you idolize, but just try to be you, and whatever you can put on the table that's different than the other person,
bring it. Okay. Because you also let them know about staying strong in the industry, as well as all the stigma of all the things that can happen bad, and it can flame real quickly if you run with the wrong crowd or get caught up in the wrong situation. Could you let them know how you stay so grounded and stay away from the bad, if you do stay away from the bad?
I think that I'm a really strong person when it comes to building my own character and then seeing other people's character, where I think that the first sign of that you should be aware of is when people try to tell you what you want to hear, and they don't even know you, and they just met you. For me, it takes me time to get to know a person, and it takes me, sometimes more than a week, sometimes more than a month. And, in the industry, you don't really have that. You don't really have a month to get to know somebody, but you have to be cautious of, certain people who are maybe going to manipulate you, and I think that there's just so many people with their hopes and dreams, and because this is what they want to do, this is what they're passionate about, that they're willing to do anything, they're willing to die, to do whatever it takes. And I think that you have to have limitations, you just can't do what other people say and not have your morals, and not be true to yourself. And so just, you know, be honest to what you feel comfortable in doing and what you're not feel comfortable in doing. And you know, the best judgment, I think, is sometimes it's, you know, asking the people around you. Like, you know, if you're spending a lot of time with certain people who might say that they're trying to help your career, you know, like, you know, look at that. Like, you know, is it
how they're helping you? What
yeah,
they're doing.
how they're helping you? Are they, you know, and yeah, you know, like, I feel like
actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words, and yeah, so like there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna tell you what you want to hear, and you just have to filter it. You have to filter what is the good and what is the bad.
A question that I have is, what is this? Is it true that models are on a apple vinegar diet? Like, to drink vinegar is a good diet to keep your weight down?
I don't know anything about that.
No?
Like, I've never heard of that before.
I heard if you drink like all this vinegar, no matter what you ate, could just yeah, because you know they say the model diets are like the worst. Like, you know, you eat like a piece of bread and like.
Well, I've always been pretty active growing up. I mean, I love playing sports, and my favorite sport is basketball, and I like soccer and volleyball, and I did martial arts, of course, and I just work out. I mean, I work out 2 hours to an hour and a half every morning, and so I do. You know, I run on the treadmill for 30 minutes. I do, you know, crunches. I do squats. I do a bunch of different stuff just to be fit, and then not skip meals, eat healthy, you know, eat lots of veggies and fruits and stuff that you like. I mean, it doesn't have to be miserable. Like, you know, and yeah, like, I think that's what you have to do. I mean, you look the best when you work out. I don't think that you don't have to starve yourself. I don't think that that's attractive at all. Like, people, you know, so yeah, just work out and eat well. You know, like, the funny thing is, I had a life coach and a trainer. Right now I'm currently waiting for this film that I'm filming, so I'm not currently training. I'm training at home. But yeah, he advised me not to drink alcohol. but you know, nowadays, I mean, I'm not like a person who, you know, likes alcohol that much anyways. But on occasion, maybe I'll drink social with friends. It's not very often. You know, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks, you know, so, but yeah, I mean, I don't really need alcohol to have fun, so.
25, what were you doing at 25? You were drunk. She's coming up with a career. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. What about the people that you have met? Who have you met that you were just so in awe, like?
I think I was, at all when I met Alicia Silverstone. I was just such a huge fan of Clueless, and being able to work with her, I worked with her on a pilot. And she was wonderful. She's great. And when she was talking to me, I was like, oh my goodness. I was trying not to freak out, because it's amazing just to see someone that you saw as a child, like literally when, you know, she was Clueless, I was like still probably in elementary school. And so it was just really interesting, and I'm a big fan of Batman, and meeting Batgirl is just awesome. So, and I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna meet some wonderful people that inspired me when I was younger, you know, watching them, and it's just, yeah, it's fascinating, but it's definitely very, you know, cool to be able to. The
memories alone that you're going to have.
Yeah, the memories alone, the people that you've, you know, it's still like, you know, I don't know, it's still amazing. I mean, I love what I do, and I think that it amazes me every single day to be able to wake up and do what I'm doing right now.
As far As friends, do you have a close net of friends?
I do. I'm really close with a few of my friends from college.
Okay.
And they're very supportive in what I do. It's really interesting, and it was cool because one of my close friends is my best friend.
Okay.
I don't know, should I say his name?
It's up to you. I mean, if he doesn't mind.
Yeah, my best friend, Jeremy Smith. He was there for me since probably I met him freshman year of college.
Okay.
And when I first signed with my agency, he helped me with my audition tapes and supported me, and he's fantastic. Right now he's working with some of the best firms in Atlanta. He's been published in books, and he's doing great in architecture, and so it's fascinating, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have really great friends, and they're all very talented people.
That's good.
And so having them like support me in what I'm doing and pushing me to be myself, I mean, you know, I'm very grateful for that.
Besides your friends that are not in the industry, do you have any friends that are in the industry that you can kind of take certain things to them that you may not be able to take to your friends that do not know or have to deal with the things you deal with on a daily?
It's really interesting. Wow. It's really interesting because in the industry you work with people. You work with different people on projects. Like if you're working on a film, you're gonna work with these people, and then, or, you know, I don't know, web series or whatnot. And it's really interesting. It seems like I'm very, very close with the people that I'm working with at that moment when we're working on the films. But then I think that, you know, once they start being really busy working on their other projects, it's very, very hard to keep in contact, and especially if they're traveling or, you know, doing something else. But I mean, I haven't really found like a best friend in the industry. It's really interesting. But I do have a lot of friends, and I do have friends in my own agency, and I talk to them, and I have one friend that's in my agency that I'm really close with, and I think he's moving, so I'm very sad. So it's very sad to think about it, but it's like great because, you know, they're doing their own thing, you know, but people get so caught up, you know, with their work. It's just harder to communicate and call them without feeling like you're bothering them. But yeah, but my other friends, I know their time. But I can call. Just don't call after midnight. You know, like.
Finance part of it, do you have to work really hard to get the check?
Definitely you have to work really hard because you'll have to go to multiple auditions, whether it is, you know, for being a model or an actor. I mostly do commercial modeling now, and so yeah, but I mean, once you get booked, it's worth it, you know. You might go to 50 or 100 auditions, and then you get the really, really awesome one, and it makes everything worth it.
That's good. Yeah. So you just keep pushing yourself right through the storm, right?
Yeah, just keep pushing it. I mean, you know, just keep yourself motivated, and you know, work hard and work to be better, and yeah. And
it'll pay off.
It'll definitely pay off. But yeah, definitely, it's not, you know, you can't just sit around and expect something to come to you or expect to get paid. You definitely have to work very, very hard.
That's good. And as far as that, do you know what roles, like, how do you gauge, like, okay, this is enough money, or this isn't enough for this, or how do you make that determination to yourself, since you're basically your own boss, you know?
I don't think there's ever enough money, because we always want more.
That's true. She got it.
I think that if there's, you know, enough time in the day, and I didn't have to sleep, I would like stay up all day, you know, to work. I mean, I try to take advantage what I can do every single day, either to improve myself, either whether it is to find, you know, an audition or a gig that day. So I'm always, you know, I don't think I've made it. So like, I want to be able to keep pushing myself and work, you know. And, I mean, this is what I do. This is, I mean,
how you eat.
Yeah, this is how I eat. Yeah. So, but I love it. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a dream come true. And
good.
Yeah. So it's.
That's good. Yeah. I have a motto I always tell people, you know, when you're hungry, you can't sleep. You only sleep when you're comfortable. Definitely. So when you're hungry for something, you got to go find a meal.
Definitely.
So that's what you're doing, and you're on the right path. So.
Yeah, thank you.
I also have another part of my show. It's called Word for Word. I'm going to ask you one word, and you just give me the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Okay? Let's start with family.
Family. Love.
Oh. Religion.
God.
Money.
Green.
It is green.
Money is, well, some money is not, right?
That's right. Someone's like
around the world.
Yeah, someo's like hard, someone's soft, someone's green, purple, and
they're all different. We don't discriminate. They're all different colors and shapes and whatever.
Right. Whatever can give me what I need at that time. Power.
Strength.
Beauty.
The sky.
The sky. I like that answer. I really do. Vain.
Bitch.
Yes.
I don't know if we can say that.
You can say, I try to keep it funky, honey.
Yeah, funky.
And Beyonce, my favorite.
Beyonce, beautiful.
Yes, isn't she gorgeous? Oh,
yeah, she's gorgeous.
Oh, well, that's the end of it, and I want to thank you so much for coming out and sitting with me and taking out so much of your time. This is a busy 25-year-old, wise, young woman. So she's a cute little hustler. That's what she is.
I still have a long ways to go. You know?
But you're on your way.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot to learn, and yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, strive to just be better, and hopefully I'll be able to, I don't know, do some great things and be able to show everybody, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I'm just pushing myself, and yeah, like, you know, I'm excited about what's gonna come, and all the great projects that's gonna be coming up, and yeah.
Well, we wish you many blessings. Don't we wish her many blessings, and I hope to see you on the big screen so I can brag and say I had you on my show, keeping it as funky and professional as we could. So I want to thank you for that. You are welcome anytime. So
thank you.
You're so welcome. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today for the Funky J Cafe and taking time out your busy day and your wonderful world to sit with me and Miss Agnes Mayasari. Yeah.